Now on to our top story this afternoon. President William Ruto is in Tanzania for a two-day official tour. The president held talks with his Tanzania counterpart Samia Suluhu this morning before holding a briefing. Let's listen in.
Ruto kwa kuchaguliwa kuwa rais wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, na nikutakie kila laheri katika majukumu yako ya kuiongoza nchi ya Kenya. Mheshimiwa Rais, waheshimiwa viongozi, ndugu waandishi wa habari, ziara hii ni fursa nyingine adhimu na muhimu sana kwetu sisi kama viongozi wakuu wa nchi zetu mbili, kwani inatuwezesha kukaa pamoja kama majirani na ndugu wa damu kujadili mambo mbalimbali yanayohusu mustakabali wa maendeleo na ustawi wa mataifa yetu. Vile vile ni fursa inayotuwezesha kutathmini masuala yote ya ushirikiano wetu katika ngazi zote kama tulivyoanza leo asubuhi.
Wasiliana na kufanya kazi kwa pamoja ndio tuweze kukabiliana na hawa wahalifu. Mwisho, tumekubaliana ya kwamba tuwe na the 4th joint commission hopefully before the end of the year, so that everything we have said here can be finalized and it can be signed off, so that we can progress the newfound partnership and relationship that is currently being spearheaded by my elder sister, and I have committed that I will support her in ensuring that this region continues to be united, continues to speak with one voice, and we can continue to build the relationship between our peoples. Nataka niwaambie ndugu zetu wa Tanzania ya kwamba mko na marafiki, mko na ndugu, mko na jamaa zenu wa kutoka Kenya, na tunataka kufanya kazi pamoja na nyinyi, tunataka kushirikiana pamoja na nyinyi, na tunataka kuhakikisha kwamba nchi zetu zinakuwa. Hatuwezi, vile mama amesema, hatuwezi kugawana umaskini na njaa, lakini tunaweza kugawana utajiri na opportunity. Na utajiri na opportunity tunaweza kuzikuza pamoja. So I want to tell you, my good brothers and sisters in Tanzania, ile historia ya zamani ya kidogo mapishano tumeyaweka nyuma yetu. We want to build a relationship that is mutually beneficial. Tunataka Watanzania wafaidike, tunataka Wakenya wafaidike, kwa sababu Wakenya wakifaidika ni ndugu zao wa Tanzania wamefaidika. Na vile vile.
And that is President William Ruto in Tanzania, of course, solidifying the trade ties between Kenya and Tanzania. Well, it is a developing story, and we will be bringing you up to speed on the latest happenings on that story in our subsequent bulletins. But moving on, a meeting convened to sort out chaos between Muguka traders in Chicago town of Mbeere North, sub-county of Embu County, which ended prematurely after residents declined to be arrested by leaders. Delegations from, two delegations from Embu and Meru counties led by Deputy Governors Kenywa Mugo and Isaac Mutuma could not convince angry residents who demanded the return of 5 motorcycles stolen by people masquerading as Muguka traders. Area Member of Parliament Geoffrey Kerenga could not convince them either, as they also demanded transfer of all officers attached to Chicago Police Station. Embu County Commissioner Stephen Kihara had a hard time in solving the situation, as he assured residents that their demands will be granted, but according to the law, the chaos that could degenerate to trouble started when residents of Mtawa Ward accused Muguka traders from Meru of harboring criminals who stole motorbikes and refused to pay for Muguka while acting as brokers, among other petty crimes. Another meeting has been slated for Monday to try and get a solution.
Maafisa wa serikali ndio tutawapatia mashida yetu ili ya serikali, si ndio? Mkisema tufukuze maafisa wa serikali, mashida yetu tutakaa nayo. Sawa sawa? Sikiza.
Watu wa ile eneo wanasema kumekuwa na wizi mwingi sana. Tunaomba wa Meru tufanye biashara popote tuliko, iwe ni Meru ama nje ya Meru. Tufanye biashara ambayo haina ukora, haina utapeli, haina uhalifu ndani, na kama mhalifu atapatikana achukuliwe hatua ya kisheria, na wala si kusema jamii fulani ni ya wakora. Hakuna jamii ambayo ni ya wakora.
Meanwhile, in Kilifi County, 15 doctors from Kilifi County have been put on notice by Kilifi Governor Gideon Mung'aro for allegedly obtaining salaries for over 5 years while working out of the county. Speaking at Kaya Fungo Ward in Kaloleni within Kilifi County, Mung'aro said the doctors were first working for the Kilifi County government before receiving scholarships to further their medical education under full payment by Kilifi County. He said the doctors, soon after completion of their education, they went for green pastures in other countries but failed to delist themselves from Kilifi's workforce, hence continuing to receive salaries. Mung'aro said the behavior was corruption of the highest order that has seen Kilifi County lose a lot of money from such behavior, and warned those doctors to quickly get back or face legal actions.
Haya, kata keki ndio inaendelea. Watoto wote waende kule juu kwa nyumba ya mzee Morris mkapatiwe chakula.
Tumegundua Kilifi County hii kuna madaktari zaidi ya 15 waliandikwa kazi na kaunti ya Kilifi. Hawajafanya kazi Kilifi kwa miaka 15, miaka 5 zaidi, na wanalipwa mshahara na kaunti. Nimewapatia notice warudi kazini. Baada ya wiki 2 kama hawakurudi watafutwa, tuandike madaktari wengine na warudishe pesa ya umma ile ambayo wamelipwa kwa miaka 5. Tunasema hatuna madaktari wanalipwa na kaunti zaidi ya miaka 5, wanasema walienda kusoma kozi ilikuwa miaka 3 na hawajarudi. Na wale madaktari ambao wamefundishwa na kaunti ya Kilifi, kama umelipwa fee na kaunti ya Kilifi, wewe kama daktari utasign barua, lazima ufanye kazi zaidi ya miaka 3 kaunti ya Kilifi, ndio kama watakuondoka uondoke. Hatuwezi tumia pesa zetu miaka 3 usome alafu ukija unaenda kufanya kazi Nairobi kwa sababu umepata ujuzi.
And from Kilifi to Baringo County, where Baringo County leaders are pushing to ensure the county gets its first ever university, an issue that has been a point of contention for nearly a decade for lack of unity among the leaders. Speaking in Mochongoi during a Thanksgiving service of Baringo Deputy Speaker Kipruto Kimosop, the leaders said there were wrangles among the previous leadership, with each leader demanding that the university be constructed in their constituency. The disunity saw the 500 million shilling project halted, which has potential to transform the economy of the county. In 2014, the government had allocated 500 million shillings for construction of Baringo University, but the funds were withheld until the time leaders agreed on its location. Mount Kenya, Egerton and Kisii universities had opened their campuses in Baringo, but all of them closing owing to the wrangles and lack of political will.
We do not care where the university is placed, so long as it is in Baringo. Because it is very embarrassing as Baringo, because I think it is one of the, almost the only county without a university in this country, or a serious institution of learning.
We have very important institutions that for some time we have been pursuing establishment of a university in Baringo. We lost that particular chance because of the division that existed between the leaders of our county. Today we are speaking with one voice, and we have already sat down and agreed that we need a university in our county, so that then we are able to access education for our children, we are able to access job opportunities in the institutions that we are going to establish. And I think this will be possible this time around because we have one particular intention of expanding.
Nyamira County Senator Okongo Omogeni has now stated that Azimo One Kenya Alliance legal team will be going to the courts to seek justice. This after the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula issued a verdict declaring President William Ruto's led coalition Kenya Kwanza as the majority in parliament. The leader also lamented that Gusii leaders from both houses of the National Assembly and the Senate had been neglected on the House leadership appointments, seeking to be recognized in the remaining slots if the Azimo One Kenya needs to have talks with them.
Ile coalition ya Azimio. Sasa itakuwaje kwamba hata mkuu wa vyama Registrar of Political Parties mwenyewe ameshaandika barua kule bunge akisema kwamba Azimio ndio iko na wajumbe wengi. Sasa itakuwaje tena speaker aende kuchukua mamlaka na nguvu za registrar wa political parties? Iwe yeye ndiye anatoa wajumbe kwa Azimio kupeleka kwa kongamano ya Kenya Kwanza ndiposa wawe wengi na anyang'anye Azimio. Tunasema hiyo sasa ndio siasa ya kufanya dhuluma kwa wananchi, kwa sababu wananchi ndio walichagua Azimio iwe na wajumbe wengi ndio tuweze kuangalia vile serikali inafanya nini, inafanya kazi. Kwa hivyo huyo speaker mimi sikubali na uamuzi ambao alitoa, na sisi kama mawakili wa Azimio tutasonga mbele, tuende mahakamani tuweze kubatilisha uamuzi huo, kwa sababu hatuwezi kukaa tuangalie katiba ya Kenya, sheria zikitupiliwa nje ya bunge, na bunge ndio inateza sheria. Kwa hivyo tunasema kwamba zile viti zimebaki, wenyekiti wa PAC, wenyekiti wa PIC, aswa kile kiti ambao ni cha Parliamentary Service Commission. Sisi watu wa Nyamira tunasema hicho kiti, kwa sababu tumesimama na baba, na ikiwa baba hataki kutupa talaka, hiyo kiti apeane eneo la Gusii region, kwa sababu tumesimama na yeye.
And still on matters politics, leaders from Nyanza allied to President William Ruto-led party UDA have castigated elected leaders from the region who skipped attendance during the president's visit to the region earlier, terming it disrespectful. Now addressing the press in Kisumu, led by Mark Rabodi, they have called upon all elected leaders in Nyanza to work with the current administration on behalf of the region. The team said the Luo community should no longer be subjected to intimidation and threats for associating with other parties apart from ODM, while at the same time praising President Ruto for nominating Eliud Owalo to take up the ICT docket as a cabinet secretary.
Wrong government for us in the opposition. During Uhuru's presidency, it was wrong for us. Now, some of us were born and they are over 50 now, only remaining on the bad. Everything to us is bad. It can never be like that. We have to turn to ourselves and ask, is it the government that are wrong or that are bad, or is it we ourselves who have got the problem? I think the problem is with us. And this is the time, we don't have to waste time now. This is the time to visit in ourselves and change, because this is a paradigm shift. Now we are going to deal with the new government, and let's join this government and work together for the benefit of our people.
Tulikampeni katika ile njia ambayo ilikuwa si nzuri hata kidogo, na ushindi wake alipata imetuondoa kwenye dictatorship ya ODM ambayo labda ulikuwa ukisimama unaambiwa utakuja kuchomwa.
So mimi kama kijana niliamua niingie kwa party ambayo itatujali kama wana youth. Hiyo ndio reason nilifanya nikaingia kwa hiyo chama, na so far rais ameanza kazi vizuri. Tuliagree na yeye kwa meeting ya women ya kwamba ataweka wanawake kwa serikali.
Feel very honored to have one of our own to be a champion of the future, because ICT is the future. ICT is the place that is going to take Kenya to the next level. For trusting the Honorable Owalo with that docket.
Meanwhile, the move by the Kiambu County government to reorganize Thika town has caused an uproar among small business owners. The 7-day notice issued by the Thika Sub-County Administrator, John Mungai, says that any hawkers found selling their wares along the streets and walkways will be dealt with in accordance with the law. The hawkers, some of whom have operated in the town for over a decade, said they know no other home and have no other alternative source of livelihood, hence evicting them will be tantamount to abetting lawlessness. Now, should the county government fail to revoke its eviction intentions, the hawkers vowed to hold a series of demonstrations from Thursday this week to pressure the Kiambu County Governor Wamatangi to address the hot issue. Previous county leadership failed to successfully evict the hawkers despite numerous crackdowns and warnings. Take a look.
Kwa hivyo kitu ya nini? Mara kwa mara kuna vile vidogo ambazo huwa zimetokea katika njia zako za uzazi ama kwenye ngumi ya kwako ukiwa wewe mwanaume, unajipata kwa
juu tuko na watoto tunaliza na tuna watoto tunasomesha na wako shule, kwa hivyo lazima tushughulikiwe juu hatuwezi toka huku. Tunatoka tuende wapi? By the way, huko tunaambiwa tuende Mukereti, kumejaa watu na hata kumejengwa, kwa hivyo huko hatuwezi toshea. Tuko wengi, tuko more than 5,000.
Sehemu zingine wanapewa masaa ya kuuza, tunajiomba hata sisi utupee masaa, hata kama ni saa hiyo saa 11. Ndio tunaheshimu maduka na tunaheshimu wenye wanauza maduka, lakini hata sisi ni wananchi wa Kenya, kwa hivyo tunastahili pia nyinyi mtusikize.
Tutapigana naye kama ni gavana wa Matangi amesema tuondoke, sisi tukosimama na yeye na tutapigana na yeye. Akituunga mkono sisi hatuna shida na yeye, lakini siku tuambia hatutawahi fanya kazi Thika, hatutawahi yekelea kazi Thika, hiyo hatujawahi kusikiza tena, haijawahi sikizwa ni mtu yoyote. Saa 11 town mzima kutoka Kajiado mpaka Garobatura wanaekelea kazi. Thika ni nini imefanyika?
Now, farmers practicing organic farming in Kiambu County have faulted the government plan to introduce genetically modified seeds, saying the effects are more dangerous. The farmers who preserve and store indigenous seeds are now calling on Agricultural Ministry to educate farmers on organic farming, saying it produces safe foods and can be practiced every season of the year. They also want the government to provide water and offer training to citizens on water harvesting as the key solution to food security, as opposed to providing genetic seeds.
Tunalima mbegu tofauti, tunagawana pande moja, wakulima kama 50 wanalima wanapanda hii mbegu za kienyeji, na wale wengine wanapanda hii millet, na wengine pande nyingine wanapanda legumes kama vile mahindi, kama vile maharagwe, peas na hata chickpeas tuko nazo, na hizo ndizo tunafanya na tunakuja kuhifadhi katika hii banki yetu tukifuna. Tutaki GMO kwa sababu GMO itakuwa mahindi ya kupanda ama mbegu ya kupanda mara moja tu. Hizi mbegu zetu ndizo tunapanda kila mara na hazibadiliki, mazao haiendi chini, haizayani na mbegu zingine zile za hybrid. Hii inakaa ikiwa original.
Mimi ningesihi serikali iwe ikuje itusomese hii organic farming. Juu wakituletea hiyo GMO, mbegu ya GMO takuja kuharibu mchanga yetu. Sasa ningewasihi wakuje watufundishe, wakuje masinani, kwa sababu hii mazao ya hii organic ni mzuri sana na misoko yake ni mzuri sana.
Tunalima kitu indigenous, tunalima ile mahindi tunaitanga Gikuyu na iko na sisi tuko nayo, so hiyo GMO kwangu hapana, kwetu sisi kawa kulima organic hapana.
And if the government can just capitalize on giving farmers water, enough water, I believe we don't need GMOs in Kenya. We don't.
Now, a non-governmental organization has called on the government to take care of orphans by supporting them with basic needs. The organization, which is known as Helping Hand for Community Development, aims to reduce the impact of those affected, especially orphans. This comes at a time when many Kenyans are starving following a long period of drought. The group has asked all stakeholders to cooperate on the 6th of next month to take care of the residents of the Kajiado area who have been greatly affected by the famine that has caused the disaster of many livestock.
Na kila wakati mnafanya kazi mfanye kwa upendo, mfanye kwa mkijua mnafanya because of si ati juu mko na pesa ndo mnafanya juu ya upendo wenye mko naye ndani yenu. Kama mngekuwa na pesa mngekuja tu mnatupea na mnaenda, lakini juu upendo mmekuja mmetupikia, tumekula, tumeshiba, tumefurahia na nyinyi pia, na Mungu azidi kuwabariki.
Siku ya leo tulikuja kutembelea hawa watoto mayatima wa Sawasawa Rescue Center. Ni jambo ambalo vijana tumejitolea na kuungana pamoja, tukaweza kuwasaidia watoto kama hawa ambao hukumbukwa mara nyingi wakati wa Krismasi, lakini hizi siku zingine wakasaulika. Nchi yetu ya Kenya, kama jinsi ambavyo serikali imeweza kutuomba tuweze kushirikiana.
Na ombi langu ni kwa vijana, the youth, muweze kujitokeza kusaidia watu kama hawa. Na mwezi ujao tunapanga kwenda upande wa Kajiado kule ambako kuna janga la ukame, na ningependelea ungetaka kutujoin, uweze kutujoin.
And on the same breath, the Catholic Church has urged well-wishers to exercise humanity by donating food to affected persons, as many Kenyans continue to cope with the devastating economic realities of prolonged drought precipitated by failed rainfall. Speaking after consecrating the newly put up St. Francis of Assisi Ruiru Catholic Church in Kiambu County, the Archbishop of Nairobi, Philip Anyolo, said even as the government pursues achievement of food security for Kenyans, the current food crisis requires concerted efforts to save lives. Anyolo revealed that the church has commenced a supply of relief food to the most drought-affected counties. Now, 4 consecutive seasons of failed rainfall have occasioned the driest condition of most land in the country, forcing Kenyans in 9 drought-stricken counties to struggle with food insecurity.
Jimbo la Nairobi limesaidia Lodwar na haya maeneo mengine yote na majimbo mengine pia katika nchi ya Kenya. Catholic Church in Kenya yamesaidia hivyo, na nilikuwa tunaomba Wakristo ya kwamba wasaidie kadiri wawezavyo. Tunajua tumo katika shida, kila mmoja wetu, the economy imedhoofika kidogo, lakini tukilinganisha sisi wenyewe na wale ambao wanakufa saizi, we are a bit better. Spirit of sharing ni wito wa kanisa, ni wito wa Kristo. Kwa hivyo tunaomba ya kwamba wasaidie, sio hata kwamba chakula peke yake, kitu maana ya kwamba wanaposhindwa kupata chakula pia wanadhoofika pia na hata mavazi. Kwa hivyo wasaidie kwa namna inayowezekana, na tutashukuru ya kwamba kwa chochote ambacho kimetolewa tutashukuru sana.
Now, from salvaging the drought situation to tackling Ebola in the country, Kakamega Deputy Governor Ayub Savula has called on area residents to minimize traveling in and out of the neighboring country, Uganda, so as to keep Ebola at bay following an outbreak in Uganda. Now, the Deputy Governor has, however, declared that the devolved unit has put enough preventative measures within the county so as to have 0 reported cases of the virus.
Kuna ugonjwa hapa Kampala hapa Uganda, na kutoka hapa ukienda Malaba boda ama Busia boda, kutoka hapa kwenda Kampala ni 2 hours. Iko ugonjwa inaitwa Ebola. Tumeweka madaktari wetu kwa borders, wako timamu, wako tayari, na screening iko kwa sababu Kakamega County ina boda Busia na ina boda Bungoma County, zile county ziko karibu na boda. Tunataka tuchunge watu wetu. Hiyo hospitali hapa Matete tumeupgrade. Saa hii ni sub county hospital. Nataka tuweke hapo vifaa ya kutosha. Kwa upande wa elimu tumeweka 59.1 million capitation fund. Hiyo mtoto akizaliwa akienda ECD anasoma bure. Mtu asikuulize hata shilingi moja kwa ECD. Tunakubaliana hapo? Walimu wa ECD Obaranya hapo wameandika permanent and pensionable. Tumeweka 455 million kuanzia mwezi huu Mwalimu wa ECD atakuwa permanent and pensionable. Apate mshahara mpaka siku ile ataretire, na akiretire apate pension yake. Situmaza kazi vizuri.
And still in the western region, contractors in Bungoma County have decried over debts owed by the government despite completing the tasks issued to them. They have complained of harassment from a section of leaders asking the youth to have an agreement when they are offered a tender. Now, led by their chairman, Gabriel Omalwa, they have called on the county government of Bungoma to fulfill the promises they made during the campaign that they will promote the youth by benefiting them and uplifting their life.
Tumejadili kuhusu pending bills ambazo ziliachwa na previous.
Itawezekana.
Najua kwamba hii serikali iliachwa na about 1 billion pending bills ambayo haijalipwa. Tunaomba kwamba governor, najua si kaunti yetu peke yetu, but governor na magovernors wengine vile mlifanya juzi through the Council of Governors kuomba pesa ikuje. Tunasisitiza kwamba sisi Bungoma contractors tunaumia. Hiyo pesa ikuje, watu walifanya kazi, wakapeana service, ikuje ilipwe ili mwananchi wa kawaida akuishi maisha yake anayostahili.
Tunataka kwenda also ku capacity build new contractors, local contractors on the best way of bidding these tenders, because kuna wengi wanatamania kwamba wakuwe contractors, lakini kuna vipengele vingi ambavyo labda hawajui wafanye nini ya kuona ya kwamba pia wametimia ndoto zao.
Mara nyingi pesa nyingi za county zimekuwa zikienda nje na hatujakuwa na circulation of money in our county kwa sababu local contractors hawakuwa empowered. Tunashukuru pia jinsi ambavyo alisema ya kwamba miradi yote ambayo itakuwa na 4 million and below itakuwa kwa wards.
Shukuru uongozi ambao uko wa Bungoma Contractors Association ambao sasa naomba walemavu wote katika Bungoma wache pamoja na warejesti hizo kampuni kwa sababu wana mgao wao wa 10%. Kuja tushikane mkono ili tuweze kufaidika na hii serikali ya His Excellency Lusaka ambaye ameonyesha kusaidia kuondoa umasikini kila pembe ya kaunti.
And from the story on the play of contractors in Bungoma County, we take a short break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we'll be giving you more news as well as some sports news, so stay tuned for that.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Industries Limited wanakuletea bidhaa za plastiki zinazotumika kila siku maishani, kuanzia matumizi ya jikoni, usafi na shuleni, miongoni mwa matumizi mengine. Chakula kitamu sio upishi tu, kikiwa kitamu kisha kipakuliwe katika vyombo maridadi kinakuwa kitamu zaidi. Ndio maana Rock Industries Limited wanahakikisha mezani na jikoni kunapendeza kwa kukuletea vyombo maridadi vya plastiki. Vyombo hivi ni vya viwango vya juu, vyenye rangi nzuri ya kupendeza, umbo wa kuvutia na vinadumu. Baadhi ya bidhaa za plastiki kutoka Rock Industries Limited ni vikombe, glasi, sahani, jagi, begi, bakuli, vijiko, vichana na kadhalika. Na bidhaa hizi muhimu zinapatikana katika duka lililo karibu nawe pamoja na maduka ya jumla kwa bei nafuu. Kwa maelezo zaidi, wasiliana na Rock Industries Limited kupitia nambari 0722575619 au 0736028181.
On the next episode of The Realtor.
Wow. They say seeing is believing, and this is all about roofing materials. And we are dealing with mabati on this particular one. What is this that you must have and get right from the word go? Some of us would think that gauge 30 is stronger or it's heavier as opposed to gauge 26. Is that true?
It's not true.
Right.
The lower the number, the thickness the mabati.
This is all the discussion that we shall be having on this Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's continue in Trans Nzoia County, where health stakeholders on mental health in Trans Nzoia County have converged at the Kitale County Hospital to commemorate the World Mental Health Day. Mental health victims have rallied the government to avail psychiatric services to all, or rather at all, health facilities in the region to boost access to medication. We're now joined by our reporter Boniface Barasa for a live update. Good afternoon, Boniface. Kindly bring us up to speed.
And we're coming to you live from Kitale County Referral Hospital, where the health stakeholders have converged here in commemoration of the World Mental Health Day. And remember, it is estimated in Kenya, 1 out of 10 people suffer from mental illness. And in 2017 World Health Organization report, it ranked Kenya as the 5th country in Africa with the highest number, or with the highest cases of mental health illness. And we're joined by health experts here, just to bring our viewers to speed. Move here closer, Mami. Yes. Just introduce yourself and briefly tell us, make the common man understand what is mental illness and what are the causes of mental illness.
Thank you. My name is Mbeere, currently coordinating mental health activities at Trans Nzoia County. Mental illness is a condition that will make one not function well in terms of their social, emotional functions, and they may need treatment, that is pharmacological treatment, that is mental illness. And an example of mental illness is depression, schizophrenia, and many others, or bipolar.
What are the causes?
The causes are varied. We have causes that could be due to infection. There are other causes that could be due to injury. Others could be due to hereditary, that is, people can be born with mental illness. And others are not known. Yeah, people could just be born with mental illness and it's not known, the cause is not known. But in our county, what is causing a lot of mental illnesses now that are related to the diseases are substance and drug use, misuse, not use, misuse. That leads to another set of mental disorders. Yes.
Thank you. You've had it clear from her that the causes of mental illness in Trans Nzoia County is substance abuse. What is your call to the young generation who are prone to be addicts of substance abuse?
Yeah, it's my call, and I urge the youth of Trans Nzoia and also across all the ages that we refrain from substance abuse, which is also a difficult process. It's a journey. And what I want to urge them is that Kitale County Hospital and all our health centers, facilities, we have people who are able to help our people part ways with the drugs and also enable them live a healthy kind of a lifestyle. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We want to finish up with Director Kagode, who is in charge of health. Director, thank you for making time for TV47. Just tell us, where are we as a county in terms of statistics in matter to do with mental health?
As a county, currently we have 1,167 patients who attend our psychiatric clinic. Of these, 705 are new cases, that is, they have been diagnosed newly this year. Our mental health unit is well staffed and able to manage these cases, but we are in the process of expanding the services.
From your speech, you alluded that the mental cases in Trans Nzoia are so common in female, or female are the one leading these cases. From why you see it, probably, why so? Why are women, or why is it female gender is leading in these cases?
Female cases will lead because of the many challenges they face with their pregnancies, with gender violence, and even economic status. A lot of them are the ones who are the breadwinners of the families, and sometimes a lot are left with the children to look after. So they are prone to have these problems.
Lastly, as we wind up, what are the achievements that you guys are celebrating today as you join the world in marking Mental Health Day as a county?
As a county, this year we have had our psychiatric unit established with 2 psychiatrists, consultants. We also have made our mental health work plan, which we are going to input into the next generation CIDP. We are also working on the mental health council, which will soon be in place.
Thank you. Your last message to those people who victimize and stigmatize the victims of mental illness.
Remember, we're in this work together, and everyone is important as a part of the society. And mental illness does not make somebody a lesser human being. So can we help everyone to come up and become just adequate?
Thank you. You've had it clear from the health circle as we've converged here to commemorate the World Mental Health Day. And remember, as Kenya joined the world, from the World Health Organization report that was released in 2017, it ranked Kenya as the 5th country in Africa that has leading cases of mental illness as a result of depression. And remember, 1 out of 10 cases, Kenyans who suffer from mental illness. Therefore, without wasting much time, for the interest of time, I take it back to you, over to you, Dennis Otieno, in our HQ.
Well, thank you very much, Boniface Barasa, for that comprehensive update. Of course, Boniface will be following up on the story and he will be updating us further in our subsequent bulletins. Now, at the same time, in Kisii County, the day is being marked at the Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital at the Kisii Cultural Hall. We're now joined by Kombo Alfaya with more. Kombo, good afternoon. What are the scenes like at the Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital?
Thank you very much. I'm getting you very well from these sides of Kisii County, where we am at the cultural hall, where I'm having some stakeholders who are having a fun day here, or they're celebrating the World Mental Health Day here at Kisii County. And maybe I have them to come here a little bit and explain to us how this day is and why are they here with some stakeholders from different, being that Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital are the host who are here. Maybe you tell us your name and why are you here today?
My name is Dr. Mbeere North. I am a consultant psychiatrist at Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital. I am also the county mental health focal person. And this day, 10th of October, has been designated by World Health Organization as a World Mental Health Day, so that worldwide, everywhere, people are celebrating the World Mental Health Day. The purpose of celebrating the World Mental Health Day is to create awareness for mental health and mental illnesses, so that we can reduce the stigma that is usually there for people who are suffering mental illnesses. So as Kisii County and as Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital, together with other stakeholders that have supported us, like Oasis Specialist Hospital, Aga Khan Hospital, Kisii, KMTC, Kisii University, and other organizations in the community that have supported us to do this event today. We did our work. We've done our work that we've worked from Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital up to this premises, which is Kisii Culture Hall. And we are ongoing with some speeches and presentations that we shall have that will geared towards reducing stigma towards mental health.
We have been seeing some of these people being neglected by the society. Which word do you have to the people in the society?
What we say is that there is no health without mental health, and mental illnesses are brain disorders. They are health disorders like any other. When people have cancer, when people have pneumonia, when people have malaria, they are aware that they can go to the hospital and get treated. But people who have mental illnesses in the community, it is taken as if it is witchcraft, it is taken as if it is curses, and people are not brought to the hospital for treatment. So what we want to say through the community, if anyone is having mental health challenges, even if it is mild and people think that it is nothing, they should be able to bring them to the hospital, because they are specialists at the hospitals, they are psychiatrists at the hospitals, they are psychologists at the hospitals, they are social workers at the hospitals, and other health workers who are able to help people with mental illnesses in the community.
Thank you very much. Maybe we get a glimpse of another person here.
My name is Jairus Kibagendi. I'm a psychologist from an organization called A Million Hugs. Today is a very important day to us as stakeholders in the mental health space, because it's a day that we are creating awareness to people out there, and we are telling people, we are demystifying the myths and misconceptions of mental health out there. Si uchawi, people can actually get help. You can go to an hospital and talk to a psychologist and get help. You can go to a psychiatrist and get medication. So we are demystifying the myths and misconceptions that are existing in the field of in mental health. Ni ugonjwa kama ugonjwa ingine yote, and it's you can get help for it. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. As you can get it from the doctors who are dealing with this disease, or they just say that this is just a disease like any other disease, and ask people from the society not to neglect these people and treat them as malaria patients, those with any other diseases in the society. It's only that I have from here in Kisii County. Maybe I return the mantle back to you in studio.
Well, thank you very much, Kombo, for that comprehensive update. One message that has come to the fore is that people should reduce the stigmatization on people, or rather subjecting the stigmatization to people with mental illness. Well, thank you, Alfayo Kombo, for that comprehensive update. Now, the world commemorates World Mental Health Day on October 10th every year, with an objective to raise awareness of mental health issues around the world and to mobilize efforts in support of mental health. And as the world marks the day, we meet a unique couple living at Nairegie Enkare area in Narok East Sub-County who both suffer from mental health disorder. Andrew Juma filed the following report.
Beatrice Gakeri and Jenga Pemba, who have mental health illness, married in May this year in a colorful church wedding attended by hundreds of people. The family of the two narrates how the couple has been able to surprise many by embracing marriage even when others did not expect.
Kwa huyu kijana, isipokuwa wakati ule alikuwa mgonjwa. Sasa ako sawa. Hakuna kitu yenye haieleweki anafanya. Na anaelewa chochote kile ambacho unamwambia, anaelewa na natii. Lakini msichana kunaye. Maana inaweza fika wakati aongee sana. Ajiongeleshe. Ama anaweza fanywa kitu akikasirika, anapiga kelele. Anaweza piga kelele mchana mzima.
Yari gokwehokera bona ngagocha ngai ndigikuringithania na bia yakwa yakwethurira igoro.
The father of the groom, Francis Njenga, explained that when his son approached 30 years, he became uncontrollable because he had a strong desire to get married and pushed the family to look for a wife for him.
Sasa kwenda kuambia msichana, nataka wewe uolewe na kijana wangu, wengine wako wanataka. Wanasema Jenga, mimi siwezi kuolewa na nani? Siwezi kuolewa na Jenga. Kwa nini? Kwa juu walikuwa naona sio 100%. Sasa nikachukua jukumu, Mungu akakuja. Huyu Rakeli akakuja hapa wachangazi yake. Sasa ile alikuja akasema nataka bwana atafanyia kazi. Bwana akunywi pombe. Kijana muokofu. Sasa ile alikuja tukandamana.
This made them visit the mental health clinic at the Narok County Referral Hospital, where he underwent counseling for a month before he became stable. On the other side, Beatrice Gakeri, the young wife, speaks too much when in good or bad moods, to the extent of screaming and shouting when not in agreement with her parents-in-law or the husband. The medic in charge of mental health clinic at the Narok County Referral Hospital, Ivy Wamboi, says mental health is the wellness of someone mentally, but not necessarily the absence of illness.
So we also have such diseases. You'll get someone maybe
has been exposed to an accident, you get very, very severe head injuries, resulting in degeneration of the neurons, and you get some illness. A person who was previously healthy could talk, could feed, could clean himself, but somewhere along the way due to the injury, you get such. We have substance and alcohol use.
It's however clear that the couple could not be in a position to raise a child, but it is advisable for the parents or close relatives to help bring up their children who will slowly accept the condition of their parents and support them in future.
Wow, such a powerful story filed by Andrew Juma and voiced by Sharon Baranga. Of course, need I say more? Love wins. But moving on, a civil society lobby group, Sheria na Haki Human Rights Institute, wants Mombasa court to bar newly elected members of county assemblies with pending election petitions in their in Mombasa from assuming their office duties until petitions filed in court are heard and determined. Mombasa Chief Magistrate Martha Mutoku will this week on Thursday deliver a landmark ruling on an application filed before her court seeking orders on the application. The civil society petitioner John Akran Ettore, in his suit certified as urgent, wanted the court to give direction on MCAs sworn in office as member of County Assembly in Mombasa who have election petition cases.
Confidence that the court will exercise its discretion, will exercise its judicial power, and issue conservatory orders. Now, as we await that ruling, we will also be going for directions on the election petition proper, so that we are within the set guidelines to conduct the petition itself. The representatives from the IEBC, we have done preliminary arguments, and we